Welcome to Ryan's Lost Media. So for the past year, I've been hearing about this movie called True Romance with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette. If you want to recognize or remember who these actors are and actresses, I have seen some films with Christian Slater, but specifically when it comes to Patricia, the girl in the movie, she was in a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. She was one of the girls, the blonde pretty one, and so this movie is about Christian Slater, a guy who works at a comic book shop-esque place, like a place where you go and buy comic books, probably buy a movie, probably buy some popcorn, probably buy a slushie, like classic 90s stuff, like time period where they had arcades and they had stuff like that. And this guy's boss hires a woman who's been a prostitute for 4 days to give him some company. Now, this woman approaches him at a movie theater when he's by himself. I don't know about you, but I watch movies at the movie theater by myself quite often. So the experience when you're watching a movie by yourself and you get into it in the characters, and here comes a pretty woman with popcorn spilling it all over you, and you're like, excuse me, you just spilled popcorn all over me. And then she starts brushing the popcorn off. She starts going close to your penis, your dick, and then you guys start like kind of talking, and then she starts asking you questions about the movie. And you're like, okay, you want to know about the movie? This is my type of movie. This is a martial arts movie. It's about this. It's this director, this actor, this time saying this actor's known for this movie. Like, it has that, this is written by Quentin Tarantino. So whenever they have characters talking about movies and stuff like that, and you're a Quentin Tarantino fan, you're going to like the dialogue because Quentin Tarantino came up with the story. And Quentin Tarantino actually likes this movie to a point where he does audio commentary. Now, real quick, if you change anything from a Quentin Tarantino script, he'll bash you verbally and he'll put in a bad word about that movie. But not for True Romance. This is one of those movies where they make little differences, but it got Quentin Tarantino's approval. So that's saying something about this movie. And this movie was also directed by a guy named Tony Scott. I'm just starting to pick up on this guy's movies. This guy makes really good movies, and rest in peace to him. I mean, the director did pass away, but more about the story. So yeah, a woman goes with this guy, and then next thing you know, they sleep together, and then she starts catching feelings for him, and he starts catching feelings for her, and she tells him that if she likes to be, when she's monogamous, I mean, she likes to be with one person, and that's it. If she's with you, it's only you and no one else. And that started getting to me emotionally, right? Because before they slept together, he showed her a comic book when he brought her to his workplace, right? Hey, you want to see a comic book? You want to see a Spider-Man comic book? And she goes, yeah, sure. And that moment where he's showing her this comic book, right? He's showing her the comic book. He's going through the pages, and she's looking at him, looking at the pages, talking about it. And she's staring at his eyes while it happens. And she goes back and forth from looking at the magazine to looking back at him, to the magazine, to just staring at his eyes. And I'm just trying to say that it's kind of like emotionally reassuring if you're a comic book nerd, if you're a nerd in general, like, what I mean? Sometimes you don't have moments like that with a person. So to see it in a movie like this, like, Quentin Tarantino has a romance to him. Like, he can make good characters that generally have like a love connection, right? So the story goes, he goes to her pimp's house to get her outfits, her luggage, her clothing, and stuff like that. But things happening to where he has to, shit happens when you're trying to get a whore's clothes from a pimp who was actually making deals with cocaine. So he goes to rob the place to get her stuff back. But one of the other prostitutes at the club accidentally packs the cocaine instead of her clothes. So he goes back to her to show her, like, hey, I just got rid of your pimp, and I also have your clothes. I love you. Let's get out of here. They open up the luggage, pound like $500,000 worth of cocaine. And so they leave, and then later on they try to find someone to buy the cocaine for $200,000. And then it turns out that when they're trying to sell the coke, there's multiple parties of people. There's people trying to buy it. There's other peoples that are in the crew of people who are also buying the coke, but one of them secretly a police. He has like wiretaping, so it has a showdown between these two people. drug dealers and freaking cops, and it's like a classic Reservoir Dog type of ending where everyone starts shooting each other. So it has that Reservoir Dog ending in it, and I think that's kind of cool. Also want to say that yeah, so if you're a fan of comic book movies, or if you're just a fan of comic books, and like you're in a relationship with someone who likes comic books and you want to watch a romantic movie, but you also like action, because there is some action in here, like people are getting shot in the head, in the spine. And also James Gandolfini is in here, and he beats the hell out of Alabama. Like he picks her up, smashes her against like mirrors, she gets all cut up, and like it has some pretty good moments in here. So if you're in the mood for Quentin Tarantino, I would suggest to watch True Romance, and to also pick up a Spider-Man comic book while you're at it. But not only that, when the movie ended, I was in the mood to listen to some music. Like what type of music? Oh yeah, well, before I go into the music, there is a specific type of song that you might hear during weddings. Like when there's weddings, they play like a little instrument. And I think it came from this movie. I think this movie originated that wedding sound. And I also saw another interview with Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn, that was on the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She said that she got married to the song in this movie, and this is one of her favorite movies. And all this information started coming to me like a year ago, like literally just around, well, right now it's 2024. I bought this in 2023 of December, and around 2022 was when I started hearing a bunch of people talking about True Romance, True Romance. Oh yeah, I remember that movie True Romance, and I was like, what the hell is this? So then I googled what's True Romance, and then it says written by, story by Quentin Tarantino, and I was like, oh shit, this is a Quentin Tarantino movie that I haven't seen yet. So then I watched it, and now I want to talk about it. And this is also the director's cut. If you ever get a movie that's by Quentin Tarantino or a story by or anything that has to do with Quentin Tarantino, get the director's cut, because I don't like when they cut shit out in movies. So to end the video, watch True Romance, and if you're in the movie and you're in the mood, spark some medical cannabis if you have to, and also put on your Tom Petty album, Greatest Hits. Specifically, after I got done watching this movie, and this movie does have a happy ending. I'm gonna say that it has a real good happy ending, happily ever after type stuff. And I like to listen to a song in here that's called "American Girl." It is the first song in this Greatest Hits CD, and you know it's that song. She was an American girl. Yeah. So thank you to Quentin Tarantino. Thank you to Tony Scott, James Gandolfini, Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper. This has a very damn good cast. And also to Patricia Slater. Patricia Slater and Patricia Arquette. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is a movie you should have in your collection if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan. If you're a romantic movie type of person, you like action, you like movies about drug deals, and most importantly, you believe in love. So that's my movie review for True Romance. Definitely go see it. Peace out.
Once again, I would like to say thank you for watching.